Hello and welcome to 18WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is Mike Steffe. He is the Executive Director of the Tri-County Y, which is located in Ferdinand, but you have satellite branches, I guess you could say, all over the place.
That's
at least in 3 counties.
That's right, Bill. Thanks for having me. And yes, we do serve Du Bois, Perry, and Spencer counties. And we try our best to spread our wings and fly all across our service area. So we have programs, exercise classes, things going on all over our service area.
Well, let's talk first of all, I guess, immediately on people's minds, school out. And the next thing you know, you're going to have kids for daycare over the summer, but you help with that.
We do. Summer camp is a huge part of what we do. We spent the last few weeks training our 20-plus camp counselors, and this year, again, we're going to be at 3 sites. We're going to be at the Tri-County YMCA in Ferdinand. We're going to be in Jasper at Cabby O'Neill at the gym on Main Street. And in Tell City, we'll be at the Tell City Junior and Senior High School. So summer camp is for those kids who will be entering kindergarten through 5th grade next school year, and it is full day care from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Now you really, midway through the summer, if things change for you and you need to send the kids to summer camp, so to speak, they can go in, or you can start them right away with the start of, or with the end of a school year.
Yep, absolutely. One of the neat things about our camp service is it's kind of a pay-as-you-go, pay-as-you-need the services. We understand summer's a really busy time, and if you need care for your kids for 1 week in the middle of the summer, we'll be happy to accommodate that. If you want to send your child every day all summer, we're good with that. Or if you just want to send your kid on Thursdays, that's fine too. And like I said, you register and then you kind of pay as you use the service. So if Friday Grandma and Grandpa decide they want to take your child to Holiday World or something and they're not coming to camp, then that's not a day that you're required to pay for. Just if you're there, you pay. If you're not, you don't.
Well, that's great because it's tough for parents. And to be able to have that freedom really makes it easier for them.
Yeah, it's very difficult for parents, and I my kids are older now, but I was in the situation where sometimes you have to get into a contract with a sitter or someone to watch your kids, or you're paying whether you go or not. And what we've always strived to do is we want to be there when the parents need us. So we've kind of made our policy open, and if you come, then you owe for the day. If you don't, then you don't owe for the day. So,
what are the hours for the day camp?
So the Jasper and Tell City camp is 6:30 a.m. drop off to 6 p.m. and that's local time. So the Jasper camp is Eastern time. The Tell City camp is Central time. At Ferdinand, since we're kind of close to the line, drop off is at 6 a.m. and pick up by 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. So a little bit longer hours at Ferdinand because of, we're a little bit closer to the Spencer County line and the Perry County line. So we try to do the best we can to accommodate those time zones.
And I guess really it should be obvious, but you may drop your child off at 8 and pick them up at 4. You may drop them off at 6:30 and pick them up at 3:30. It
yes,
just depends
absolutely.
on your work schedule.
The only day that the open drop-off really doesn't work very well is our field trip days. Mm-hmm. So each camp will take a field trip. Ferdinand camp field trip day is Tuesdays, Jasper Wednesday, and Tell City Thursday. So the field trip days, we ask that your child be dropped off by 9 in the morning, and then we're usually back around 3 p.m. But other than that, we have kids kind of coming and going all day long. If kids have a different sports camp or a practice of some sort and they need to leave midday and come back, we're good with that too.
And there are activities that they do, and lunch.
Kids will bring their own lunch and own snack. But we do have, it's a very structured day. Our weeks are themed by different things like Animal Week, Water Week, Olympic Week, different things. But we also, in addition to, the activity with the kids, we do academic enrichment. So we have a big basket of books. The kids will spend some time reading, so they're not totally going backwards this summer. We'll do our best to do some crafts, keep things interesting. We'll bring some guest speakers in. We partner with the Ferdinand Library to have different shows throughout the summer at the Y that the kids can attend. Just try to do a really good job of keeping the kids busy, active. It's always neat the first week of camp. Usually when the kids are leaving, they're dragging because they're pretty worn out, and they're not sitting around watching TV or are playing video games or doing anything like that. We definitely try to keep their bodies and their minds active.
And do they need to register, or can they just show up on it? Probably you need some sort of advance notice, right?
Yep, we have a registration form that needs to be filled out and a registration fee that needs to be paid. It's a pretty simple form. One of the big things we ask, allergies for the kids. But a very important thing is who's allowed to pick your children up. So we take our child safety program very, very seriously, and we want to make sure that the people who are picking the child up, the parents, agree with that, authorize that, let that go. So, we have a listing of who's eligible to pick the child up. But yeah, just get your registration fee in and your registration form turned in a day ahead, and we'll be good to go.
And it's online?
It is online at tricountymca.org. You can print that off. You can stop by the YMCA and pick it up and fill it out. It'll just take you 10 or 15 minutes, and you'll be on your way. Okay,
now let's move on to another thing you have, and that's this is for adults, a boot camp.
That's right. We're finishing up round 1 boot camp. We're getting ready to start round 2 of boot camp on June 4th, and it will be on Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 7 at the Tri-County YMCA. As the weather has gotten nicer, we want to take some of our activities outside. Mm-hmm. So we've got nice green space by the Tri-County YMCA that we do. It's basically a group exercise class that's done outdoors. We have access to 18th Street Park in Ferdinand, which has a nice walking trail, hills, some exercise equipment that can be used. We have, tires and sandbags and all kind of goodies for the people to participate in. And it's a fun team environment. The participants are encouraging everyone to do their best, and it's been a good program for us. And I think this year we've got 3 boot camps planned, but we're getting ready to start round 2 on June 4th.
Are they sectioned by age, or is it not really?
Nope.
Or your schedule?
Everybody's together in the class. You must be 13 or over to participate, but we have people of a variety of fitness levels. We'll have 2 instructors who are leading the class, and in some cases they may kind of break you off into groups with someone who's more equal to your ability, and we'll go from there. There's lots of ways to make adjustments in what you're doing based on how much weight you're using, or obviously how fast you're running and different things like that.
So you kind of match the person to that.
Absolutely, yep.
And that's the boot camp. You can find information on your website.
Information's on our website, or again, stop by and talk to us about it.
It's hard to believe, but the Heimat Fest is almost here, and you're doing a volleyball contest.
That's right.
Not contest, tournament.
Tournament, yep. Our sand volleyball tournament is always a big thing at the Ferdinand Heimat Fest, which will be on June 16th. Co-ed sand volleyball. There's 2 courts at 18th Street Park, so the tournament will start at 10, and usually we wrap up, 4 or 5 o'clock, so plenty of time to enjoy the rest of the day and the activities of the fest. It's always lots going on that day at the fest, and it's a fun way for people to come out and participate and have a good time. But registration for that is ongoing and will be open until the Wednesday that week before the Ferdinand Heimat Fest.
And probably you're limited on the number of teams that you can take in?
We are usually around 8.
Okay.
Is kind of what we get. We could probably squeeze in 10 or so, but right now it's not been a problem.
How many on a team?
There's 6 that play.
Okay.
You can have up to 7 on your team.
Is this a fundraiser for the Y?
I'd say it's more community service.
Okay.
Okay.
If you make some money, great, but you probably don't. Okay.
We'll maybe make a few dollars on it, but it's definitely our way to kind of broaden the events at the Ferdinand Heimat Fest. Last year, we kind of really amped up our partnership with the folks who are running the Heimat Fest and offered service of our facility, and we did some different things at the Y in conjunction with the Heimat Fest, and it's really neat to see that whole 18th Street Park campus just buzzed with people, and lots of things going on, and people going from activity to activity, and the Y is a good place to park, but while you park there, we hope you stop in and see what we have to offer too.
Yeah, it's also a good time to check out the Y.
Yep, so if you're home visiting and you maybe haven't been back in the area for a while, or maybe you're just kind of new to Ferdinand, or maybe you live in Ferdinand and you've always wondered what's in that building, it's a great day to stop in and then walk down and enjoy the Heimat Fest.
Well, Mike, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
He mentioned the word activity, and really activity should be part of the word Tri-County Y, because you do so many activities all over the place. So make sure that you find out more by checking out their website or stopping in and talking with Mike or one of the fine folks there at the Tri-County Y. Mike Steffe has been our guest on WJTS Inform. Thank you for watching. We are local people watching local people.